Cyndi, is that you?
Well, Cyndi Miller, this is Sarah Parker.
I'm pleased to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Well, if you excuse us now, we better go.
Bye. They make a cute couple, don't they?
They sure do. I think they're made for each other. Yeah.
Are you so upset over the fact that if it wasn't for me, you might be the one holding Sarah's hand?
No. I'd really rather be holding your hand.
Greg, I'm a little thirsty.
You don't mind?
Could you,
Yeah, sure. I'll be back in a minute.
Time's arrived. Get your dancing shoes on and get out to the middle of the floor. We're going to have a dance contest right here in Linden High. The winner gets a pair of concert tickets of their choice. Front row. So, go out to the middle of the floor. We're going to dance through sticks. This is Mr. Roboto. Get out there. I want to see who's best in this school. Come on, come on.
Take me home. I shouldn't have come. It was just a big mistake. I don't belong here. Please, I want to go home.
But, Cyndi, I don't...
Greg, I appreciate all you've tried to do, but it just won't work. I just don't belong here. I belong back in Vale where there are other kids like me. Now, please take me home.
Okay. Okay. Just let me get her coats.
Thought we'd won the battle. Guess I was wrong.
What do you want?
I don't know how such a little girl like you can do it.
Do what?
Carry that gigantic chip on your shoulders. Must be pretty heavy after 2 years.
Why don't you just leave me alone? You've helped the poor crippled girl, Boy Scout. You've done your good deed.
What is it with you? Do you think you're the only one in the world with a problem? Do you think you're the only one that's disabled?
Do you see anyone else in school in a wheelchair?
Look, Cyndi, you don't have to be in a wheelchair to be disabled. There's many kids in school that are disabled. You know Bob Riley? He sits in the front of the class because he has a hearing impairment. He sits there so he can hear. And Mr. Setzer, he's missing a finger, but he still teaches. I remember back a couple years, Cyndi. There was a kid that stuttered so bad he was afraid to speak anymore. He was afraid people would laugh at him.
What happened to him?
You're looking at him. I overcame my disability, Cyndi. And just because you're still in a wheelchair doesn't mean you can't overcome this. I've got something I want you to see tomorrow. Be ready at 8 o'clock. I'll pick you up.
What if I don't want to go?
You will. Just be ready. Bye.
That's what you think, Mr. Andrews.
Cyndi, ready yet, Mrs. Miller?
Greg, I don't think she's going. It's a wonderful idea, taking her to this practice, and I'm glad you called me and told me about your plans. Cyndi can be stubborn at times.
I know, Mrs. Miller. But sometimes I think there's a war going on. Not between me and Cyndi, but between Cyndi and her dealing with the situation. I'm trying to teach her that being disabled doesn't mean being unable.
Okay, well, let me call her.
Sit. Didn't have anything better to do anyway. Bye, Mom. Back later.
Ready?
Where are we going?
You'll see.
What? Afraid to tell me? Afraid that I won't want to go when I find out?
Maybe.
Cyndi, I didn't even hear you come in. Are you okay? Huh? You don't have a fever. Did you and Greg have a fight? Maybe letting him take you there was a big mistake.
Oh, no, Mom. It wasn't a mistake. It was beautiful. So beautiful. I've never seen anything like it. Some of those people were in wheelchairs, and they moved around so... No, not moved. Floated. Just seemed to float.
I guess you enjoyed yourself?
Oh, yes.
Is there something bothering you, Cyndi? You seem distracted.
I want to join that dance troupe. Please?
You really want to?
Oh, yes, I really do, Mom.
Your father is going to hit the ceiling when he finds out.
We won't tell him.
What? How can we
We just won't. Practices are twice a week in the late evenings and on Saturdays until 12. He'll be working. He won't even know it. Please?
Okay, where do you sign up?
Good. I'll call Chris and tell her on the phone tonight. Mom?
Yes?
Please don't tell Greg. I want it to be a surprise, okay? All right. Hello?
Cyndi, could we talk?
Well, I'm kind of busy, Greg. Is it important?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, shoot.
Cyndi, about the wheelchair dance. You remember, the one I took you to the rehearsal for?
Yeah, what about it?
Well, my friend Chris, you remember. She asked me to sell tickets for their upcoming recital in a few weeks. I'd like it very much if you'd go with me. I'd buy the tickets. Would you like to go?
Well, I think I'm busy on the 17th. I think my friend Denise is supposed to come over.
How did you know it was on the 17th?
I read an ad in the paper.
You just don't want to go, do you? No, don't make excuses, Cyndi. I tried and lost. It's okay, really. See ya.
Kate! Kate, why do I have to go to this thing tonight?
Oh, here, help me. You don't have to go. I want you to go. I got those tickets, and Cindy's been telling me how lovely these people dance.
Then why don't you take Cyndi? By the way, where did she and Denise get off to so early? I didn't even hear them leave.
They went out for a while. They'll be back.
Oh, aren't they going to this thing?
She told me that they both try to get there. So go get your coat.
Oh, fine for you.
Oh! Greg, hi. Cindy isn't home.
She isn't?
No, why? Is something wrong?
Who is it?
It's Greg, dear. What's wrong, Greg?
Nothing really. I was just, going to try to convince Cyndi to come tonight. I'd asked her before, but she'd said something about a friend coming over. I left it at that, figuring that I'd pushed her too far with this thing, and thought that I not only lost the battle, but the war too. But I was on my way to the recital and figured I just had to stop over and try to see if she'd come with me tonight. She ain't home.
Well, Denise and Cindy aren't here now, but they promised that they'd both try to be there tonight.
Really?
Yeah, so if you'd like to follow Mr. Miller and myself, we could sit together and save some seats for them.
Oh, that'd be great. You sure they're coming?
Oh, I'm quite sure.
Okay.
Are you sure she's coming? Maybe I'll go in the lobby and wait.
No, you stay here. I'll go look for her.
Did you see her?
Don't worry, she'll be here.